Hey guys, it's me Jimmy here, back again with another custom minifigures video, and today I've got 3 new figures. My first being my Marty McFly, that's a semi-custom, my Nightwing, and then my One Punch Man figure. So yeah, I'm back again with these new figures, and my first one being Marty McFly. So yeah, I'll move the other 2 out of the way. So yeah, with my Marty McFly, pretty much all I did was got this Han Solo hairpiece, which works really well for Michael J. Fox's likeness to like his hair in the movie in Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, what I did is I took that hairpiece from the new Solo set, well, fairly new Solo sets, and I was just sanding it down a bit because it was a bit too thick on the top and the sides. So yeah, I did that, and then I took for the cuffs, I took these new studs with holes in them that have been coming in the new Spider-Man sets for the new web pieces, and I pretty much just chopped off the top of that on both of 2 studs, and then those bits just slide onto the minifigure's hands pretty easily, and they work good for cuffs. So what I did for that bit. And for the actual paintwork, I just painted some small, just pretty regular looking shoes on, meant to be just as white shoes from the first movie. And then the red Nike stripe. So yeah, that's my Marty McFly figure. It's pretty basic, but I didn't really like the Mutt Williams hairpiece it came with originally. If I can find that, I'll show you guys. But yeah, most people will know what I mean when I say it doesn't really look like Marty McFly. If you guys have seen the Back to the Future movies, that's the hairpiece right there. If it wants to focus up. So yeah, it doesn't. It works kind of. It's good for like an effort, but. And I understand, because I even bought this for the Dimensions pack, and even when that came out, the Solo sets and the new hairpiece wasn't out back then. So yeah, it's an alright hairpiece choice. There's a couple other ones I probably would have gone with. But yeah, I reckon this is a very well needed upgrade, and even if you don't sand it down, which I did with mine, even if you don't, it still works very well, like a lot better than the Mutt Williams hairpiece from the Indiana Jones sets and like pretty much every other set, like C sets and everything. It still works, it still works better than that hairpiece, the new Han Solo one for this figure. But yeah, it's up to you guys, whatever you guys want to do with your figures. I just personally like this one, as it's sanded. So yeah, I'll move on to the next figure, which is my Nightwing figure, which I fully custom painted and sculpted. And yeah, so with the figure, I started off with using an Anakin hair in black that I got from the Hulkbuster set from the Infinity War range of my Bruce Banner figure that came in that set. And so yeah, I took that off there because I wasn't really using it. And then the face was from the 2014 set with Nightwing, Man-Bat, and Batman in it, and the Bat helicopter, I think it is. Which is a really good face for even for customizing. It was really good. I had a couple scratches on there, so I had to fix that up with some red and black paint. And then yeah, I sculpted the abs, the wrist guards, and the shoulder pads, which turned out really well. And then after I sculpted all that, what I did is I painted the wrist guards black, then I painted the shoulder pads white and then red. So then that would make the red pop way more because it's on green stuff, which is the brand of the clay, which sculpting clay, which looks kind of like a bit of a gross color if you don't paint it white first, and it doesn't really look red anymore. It doesn't pop as much. And then I painted the black onto the wrist guards, and then I painted the torso black, and then painted the Nightwing symbol in white first, and then. So yeah, sometimes I use calligraphy pens, like for some other figures, but with this figure I didn't. I just fully painted it, right? And so I just painted the black and then the white logo, and I repainted that in red. And if I spin it around, you guys can see I did the same for the back with the white and the red and the black. Just for the back symbol. And yeah, so I'll give you a bit of a closer look if you guys can see that. Oh, actually, it's coming up fairly decent on camera. I didn't think it would. But yeah, that's the abs, if you guys can see them. So yeah, they're like just 3D abs. And I'll tell you guys which YouTuber did this. There's a couple of them, but I'll try and find the YouTube video I used and link in the descriptions. And that YouTuber, I can't exactly remember which customizer it was. There's a couple of them, as I said, but I'll try and link it in the descriptions, then that YouTuber can get some more credit. And with all these other customizers, definitely if you guys are even watching mine, which would be really helpful, like definitely go subscribe to them. Like they're really good, and everyone puts like a bunch of time and effort into their videos. So yeah, like I don't like it would be. It's good, like if you, because a lot of these people, if they want to advance in like YouTube, especially like with me, because I haven't got much subscribers at this point. It's nice to have people like subscribe to you, because then you know you're, at least even if you're not like monetizing your videos or whatever, then you know that you're doing well, like with what you're doing, and that people are liking it. So yeah, that's just my little piece what I had to say, but I'll get back to the figure now. So yeah, with the Nightwing hair, it is the Anakin hair piece in black, but also he does have long hair in some of the comics, which I'm a big comic book reader myself. I read quite a bit. I haven't really read too much Nightwing comics, but yeah, I have read a little bit of the comics. More so, I know Nightwing from like other TV shows and stuff, like Young Justice and all that. But yeah, this is like the New 52 appearance, and I actually did at one point own a New 52 Nightwing comic. One of the, I think it's actually the first one to come out back like years ago. Like I can't remember if it was like 2015 or something, but yeah, years ago I bought it in like a news agency. So yeah, that's the figure, and there you can see the sculpted shoulder pads and wrist guards and everything. And yeah, I'll wrap that up and move on to the next figure. And my final figure in the video is my One Punch Man figure, Saitama. Anyways, so I'm just going to put it out there. One Punch Man, I have not seen Season 2, but Season 1 is one of my favourite animated shows I've ever seen. And so, yeah, I had to make this figure. Like, even if some people, other people have made One Punch Man figures, I had to, because I love One Punch Man. It'll kind of be a bit like, I've already made Goku. I know I haven't put him in a video, but that's just because I finished him. And then I wanted to do some more sculpting work on him to make him look a bit cooler. But yeah, I'll pull that figure over here, so then you guys can have a sneak peek of that. If you guys can see the head turned out really well with the anime face. And that's the sculpting that I'm doing right now. It's not finished yet, obviously, and I've got the arms and everything. I don't think I've put him in a video yet, but yeah, I probably should have before I updated it. But yeah, anyways, going on to One Punch Man, I've already sculpted everything, and this one's pretty much finished. So what I did, I know this isn't really a conventional thing people use, but like in this application of it, but I painted the eyes white with primer, because it's actually a lot thinner than just standard white paint, a lot easier to work with. And so yeah, I painted those, then I fixed up any like imperfections with like a toothpick, and then I did the eyes, the black dotted eyes with the toothpick. And I painted the eyebrows on, fixing them up with a toothpick. The nose and mouth, same with painted them on. Most of the stuff on this face actually I didn't have to edit too much with a toothpick, but yeah, just fixed up some of the lines and everything. And then moving down, the cape is actually from my Shazam figure that I got in the new Batman helicopter set. Riddler helicopter Batwing set. So yeah, when I made my Shazam figure, which I put up like a week ago, I think, I can't remember how long ago I posted it, but yeah, when I made that, I used this like pirate boat thing a piece of fabric from that, right, cut it in half and made that the cape and the hood out of that. So yeah, so that would be like the same material. So I had this one left over, and I did that pretty much on purpose so I could make a cool One Punch Man figure. But yeah, so it's good that it's spongy, because it actually overhangs a bit, which helps in the figure's favour, because the buttons look a bit more like they're connected, like they're part of the costume, instead of just being a bit odd, because usually they're attached to the cape. That's just how I wanted to do it like that, so there wasn't too much sculpting on there. That'll look pretty flat like in the show in the chest. But yeah, because this is just like the blank face that he has in most of the episodes. Except for the action scenes when it gets like super detailed. I haven't watched Season 2, so I think it does the same thing. I don't know why. It's like a parody anime, so he's meant to be just like super over the top and OP. Well, if you guys are watching this, you probably know who One Punch Man is anyways. Saitama. So yeah, I sculpted the chest area, then I did black, I used a calligraphy pen, like I said earlier. So what I did is I actually painted it in primer, white, the glove tops, so the gloves themselves, the chest area, and the boots. And then what I did is I outlined the chest area bit with a calligraphy pen, and I painted yellow around that. And then I painted the buttons that were already sculpted on top black. And then with the glove tops, sorry, I keep on calling them glove tops, but I've sculpted them so they're just a singular glove. They don't really, I don't think their hands move anymore, but I can get them to if I really want to, but I don't really move them too much, so they don't, like, ruin the figure or anything, like, because they still can move, sort of. But yeah, they're like one whole glove, like in the show, the big gloves he's got, and I painted those red, like I said, after putting the white coat on first. And then with the belt, I did the same thing with the primer, because I just got this white primer and I thought I would try it out a couple of times. This figure, it worked well, but I wouldn't say to overuse it, because, like, now looking back on it, like, some of my other figures, like, I made this Superboy figure that's in production at the moment. I'll post it on the channel in a bit. But yeah, it got way too thick, and I ended up having to just chop off all the green stuff, like, thinly, and then just, like, put it onto a new torso, right? So, yeah, that happened. So yeah, just, like, make sure it doesn't get too thick. Then I painted the belt black, and then I painted the belt buckle gold, painted the boots and gloves, like I said, red, and if you guys can see that, the belt goes around the back. It's not really detailed, but yeah, the back of the belt. I don't think, you can't see it on camera, but I did a bit of creasing in the belt to make it look kind of like how he has in the show. Yeah, you can see that better now. And so yeah, this is probably, all these figures I've shown in the video, like the Nightwing and the One Punch Man, Saitama, have been actually like some of my favourite figures I've made so far. Like, I say that pretty much about all my figures I make when I just make them, but I really like how this one came out and how the face came out to look quite similar to the TV show. And I was going to do the outlining around the eyes, but I just prefer it like this. And so yeah, that's how I did it. And thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day. Like and subscribe as always. And see ya. Bye.